Hey, what's up guys? Back again. Hopefully this video is not too far removed from the other one. Doing some filming here this week. Finally, catching up on this mess of all these things that have been piling up that I either haven't gotten a chance to, really some of this I just haven't got a chance to do anything with. Haven't opened, haven't touched anything like that, which is good. Because I do like to film the haul videos or whatever before I really open anything and stuff. It's just much easier, obviously, to show things in packaging and whatnot. But let's go ahead and jump right into it and get to this haul. Last time was very TMNT heavy. There's more TMNT in this. There's it's like I don't know what's gonna fit into this one, but looking at the pile, we've got WWE, we've got NECA, we got Ninja Turtles, we got Funko Pops, we got some Donkey Kong, just a hodgepodge of things over here. Ghostbusters as well. I did end up picking up some of these Ghostbusters, the Ecto Collection, little mystery packs with the Slimer and Stay Puft minifigures. Ended up picking a bunch of these up. I got, 2, 4, 6, 7 of these guys. And I'll just try and show you. There we go. Those are the ones I've gotten so far. So a good portion of the ones that I wanted. I don't want all of them. But the ones I wanted most, I think I've got, so that's good. If you missed out on the last video, obviously you can see I am in the process of packing the collection away to prepare for moving in a couple of months. So that's all the bags and all the, stuff here in the back. But let's go ahead and jump into what you came to see, why you clicked the video, is the collection. The haul. So let's go ahead and start with some WWE, it's sort of WWE, sort of horror, I guess, at the same time, or sci-fi. We have the WWE Greatest Hits, Elite Greatest Hits. We have Hot Rod himself, Rowdy Roddy Piper as John Nada, of course, from the cult classic, John Carpenter's They Live. Is it still a cult classic, or is it just a classic at this point? But They Live, horror / sci-fi. One of my favorite movies, has a lot to do with, of course, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and Keith David is in it as well, and he's great. Such a great movie. When they first, this is a reissue, by the way. That's why it's the greatest hits from the Elite collection. When they first released this, I never saw this in the wild at all. Never saw it. Wanted it so bad because I love the movie. I love Roddy Piper. He was before my time, and before I was into wrestling. I did see him a bit in his WCW days, and of course when he made his brief appearances in WWE before his unfortunate passing. But he was always such a character, such a cool guy, had such a brilliant mind for the wrestling business, and he just seemed like an awesome dude. Unfortunately, I never got to meet him. That would have been really, really cool. But I wanted this figure so bad, or the original so bad, never saw it, and then luckily they reissued it, and I came across it the other day at Target. The only one that they had, and the only one that I've seen since, and picked this up without hesitation. I turned the corner and saw it sitting on the shelf, and I kind of, not ran, but walked quickly and grabbed it. Like I said, They Live is such a great movie, and Roddy Piper, such a talent, just natural charisma, and obviously he did great in wrestling, did great in movies. Very underrated actor. He could have been a lot bigger. I feel he could have been a lot bigger. as an actor than he was, but for some reason it just didn't work out that way. But yeah, super happy to have picked this up. I think this one looks loads better than the NECA clothed John Nada. That's just my personal opinion. I think this one is much better, and it's like with this being the reissue, being the update, this one is going to have obviously the double jointed elbows, which is always great. So pick that up. Like I said, They Live, one of my all-time favorites. Excuse me. Wow. I may edit that out so you won't even see it, but then again, I may forget. We'll stay in the realm of wrestling, WWE, and go over to, found these at Burlington. These are $5.99 each. They're originally like, what, $19.99? Yeah, I mean, that's what it says. $19.99. The WWE Superstars Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And they had two of them, and I grabbed both. I hesitated at first. I was like, I don't really need it. But I think it's a really cool figure. I really just wanted the shirt. And then I also saw the gloves. And I'm thinking, it's like, those are much more accurate, like Undertaker gloves from his, the Attitude Era Undertaker would have to obviously paint the fingerless part, because they didn't get that right. I think he might have worn gloves that were, full gloves, but most of the time he wore the fingerless, like biker type gloves. But yeah, this one is really cool. Comes with a cloth shirt. Comes with the NWO. Comes with the WCW Heavyweight Championship in the back there with the NWO spray painted across it. But yeah, they were $5.99 each. So I went ahead and grabbed the two that they had, because I was like, heck, I can use the accessories, and for $6 a piece, you can't really beat it. So I ended up grabbing both of those. It's a really cool figure. I think people are, Hogan fans are happy, that's for sure. But I think people are getting a little bit kind of bogged down with the amount of Hulk Hogan figures that we're getting. Not only like Mattel figures, but Funko is releasing a bunch of Hulk Hogan pops and the different comic or whatever movie cover versions and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy, because I think people are getting a little bit sick of all the Hogan stuff. And it's like, depending on where you stand, probably not the greatest human being, but for us that grew up in the 80s and 90s, he's a part of pop culture now. Hulk Hogan is just, he's an icon, pop culture icon. He was such a big part of pop culture, and he was everywhere growing up, when we were growing up in the 90s, in movies and in wrestling, and he was on talk shows and magazine covers and everything like that. He was everywhere. So whether or not you were a fan of his wrestling, you're a fan of him as a person, whatever, he is an icon. You can't argue against that. So, but yeah, just pick those up mainly just to have fodder. I am excited. I do eventually. I think that there's supposed to be basically a definitive version of this Hogan coming, and I can't remember if it's like an ultimate or what have you, but I will end up picking one of those up at some time, because for me, growing up, kind of during the Monday Night Wars era in the late 90s, this is the Hogan I kind of know best, is heel Hogan, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, in the black and white and everything like that. But like I said, mainly just bought that for fodder and stuff. So let's get away from wrestling here a little bit. Let's hit some Marvel. I picked this up a couple weeks ago. It's the one that I wanted most from this wave, and it's the Infinity Saga Thor from Thor: The Dark World. Say what you want about the movie, that's fine. It's like, I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Is it the best? No. But it has some great parts for sure. But I do not have, or did not have, an MCU, Thor, Chris Hemsworth as Thor figure. So when I heard that they were coming out with this, like, even though it was from Dark World, had to have it. Like I said, didn't have one to begin with. I really wish with this line they would have released all of them just from the first Avengers movie, the whole set. Obviously, we wouldn't have had Spider-Man, but they could have had Spider-Man be Civil War. That's fine. That's when he came in. Not that we necessarily needed that Spider-Man figure, but for collectors that didn't have it, it was a cool addition. But I really wish with excuse me, with Thor and Cap and Iron Man and Black Widow, that they would have just done it from the original Avengers movie. That would have been amazing for me, because I don't have any of those figures. I missed out on those back in the day, and with the upgrades and whatnot, would have been really cool. And I would have bought all of those without hesitation. And then, of course, Bruce Banner. We could add Bruce Banner and Spider-Man, but at least with the original MCU Avengers, have them all from the first movie. That would have been really cool. But either way, I am happy. I think the likeness, I don't know if you can see, I think the likeness is pretty good, especially for a Marvel Legends figure. And so I'm really happy with these, and I love that these are in the windowed box as well for the inbox collectors. I think the packaging looks really, really good, even though, of course, I'm not, of course I'm going to open it. I am not an inbox collector, so it doesn't matter, but still, I think it looks really good. Let's get a couple more items, little smaller items. I was shocked. I did not know that this was a thing. Came across this at Walmart the other day. This is from the Johnny Lightning line. Another classic movie, of course, the Blues Brothers. We've got Jake and Elwood. The brothers, of course, played by John Belushi and, oh my God, Dan Aykroyd. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is I didn't know that this was a thing. You look on the back, and apparently there's a bunch of different ones. You got like the ones that I named, but also I'm seeing here we've got the Monkees, Ratfink, Morton Salt. So I didn't know that. Apparently there's the Monkey Mobile. Did not even know. So that's very, very cool. But I didn't know this was a thing. I just came across it randomly at Walmart. Had to pick it up. Love this movie. And the basically the car from the end of the movie, where it's all messed up, and or toward the end of the movie, it's all kind of messed up, dirty, and all that stuff. Great movie, really cool. Add that to the collection. I've said it before, I'm not a Hot Wheels collector or a die-cast car collector, but I have quite a collection now. So I'm looking forward to the day where I can finally, have those all pinned up on the wall and see all that I've got. I also picked up this little guy the other day. I've wanted it and finally picked it up here. These little, I think these are like $5, and they're usually by the register at Walmart. But I ended up picking up Boom Boom, of course, from Super Mario. I really just he's so grumpy. Like, how can you not? But they've got all sorts of ones, and then they've got a Cat Mario and a Cheep and a bunch of Yoshis. Of course, they got the standard. They got Mario and Luigi and Toad and stuff. But yeah, these are like $5 by the register. So finally picked that up the other day, or a couple weeks ago, what have you. And then last but certainly not least, found this, and I found it a couple times since, but I came across it, saw it in someone else's toy hunt videos, of course from the Super Mario Brothers movie. We've got DK Donkey Kong in his cart. I will eventually open this one, just because the card is beat to hell. Eventually open that one up because it's just so messed up. But yeah, I've seen this a couple of times after, and honestly should have picked it up just to have the card in better condition. Maybe I'll do that eventually if I find another one's got a better card. Haven't really been having a lot of luck with finding decent cards when it comes to the die-cast cars. That's another reason why I'm not really an inbox collector, or I guess one of the reasons I'm happy I'm not an inbox collector. It adds another layer of like difficulty to collecting, because any of the die-cast cars I pretty much leave on card because I think they look best that way. And plus too, a lot of the times the carding has really cool designs or what have you. I just think they look really good. And I think the best way to display them is just, putting them on the wall. But yeah, that card's not the best, not in the best condition. So maybe I'll trade that one out eventually. But this one's gone a little bit longer than I meant for it to, and I don't have any update or anything after the fact, so gonna end it here. Any interaction you have with the video, likes, comments, subscribe, like, comments. Of course, you can subscribe to the channel. Any interaction I'll appreciate very much. Any suggestions that you have for future videos, anything you'd like to see or anything like that, go ahead and drop that in the comments. And I think that's gonna do it, guys. So until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.